Hello, I'm Congressman Steve King, and I represent Iowa's 4th Congressional District, 39 counties in northwest, north-central Iowa. And I've done that for 17 years, going on 18. And we've focused a lot on our agricultural products. 4th District is the #1 egg-producing congressional district in all of America. And I'm happy to say that we're thankful that our former Governor Branstad is now Ambassador Branstad to China. We have solidified the first phase of the Chinese trade deal, and that does so much good for all the products coming out of Iowa. And it's the best component, of course, of any Chinese trade deal that might come along in phase 2 or any phase beyond that. So we're happy about that. We want to keep selling products to China. We're not against investing capital there when it does the true, right, and just thing. And yet, as I've looked at this years ago, I went over to China to raise the issue of their theft of our intellectual property, their piracy. And I went through 5 cities to hear their briefings. And in those, by the time I got to the beginning of the briefing in Beijing, the 3rd city, I was hearing exactly the same script. And I knew I didn't have to listen anymore because I'd already heard it twice. So I wrote a bill that directs a trade representative to conduct a study to determine the value of U.S. intellectual property pirated by the Chinese, apply a duty to products coming from China to the United States in an amount equivalent to recover that value, and then distribute it to the rightful property rights holders. Well, that bill got some traction, and then we got pushback from places like Hollywood and Nashville, which still doesn't make sense to me. But I've always kept that bill in front of things in Congress while I've been there. I presented it to the president here about a year ago or more, and he said he likes it, take it to Larry Kudlow and Peter Navarro. I had already done that. I went back and refreshed that. That's kind of the basis of my interest in what's going on. But what I'm seeing is this, that I want to continue promoting our exports into China. I want to trade with them. But the asymmetrical positions that they have been taking cause me great concern for the long term. And so I'm hopeful that the American people and our leaders especially will be aware of what I have been able to gather here and what goes beyond my knowledge base. But I'm very grateful to have had a long relationship with Frank Gaffney, the president of the Center for Security Policy, and who's now here this morning to head up the Committee on the Present Danger of China. And so I'm looking forward to also the presentation of each of the gentlemen that are here at the table to start this informational process so that we can make the peaceful, incremental, logical moves necessary so that those things I see coming together that are directly against the long-term interests of the United States can be dealt with in that peaceful, logical way rather than have things come to some kind of a place where it gets really, I'll say, high risk for either society. That's my view on this.